Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Hafiz. This is my very first video on this channel, and basically this channel will be based on investments, side hustles, and other money related topics. So if that sounds much of an interest to you, consider subscribing and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any video when I drop them. Alright, in today's video I'm going to be talking about how taxes work in Canada. But before I get started, I am not a CPA or tax expert. I am just a random guy on the internet that loves to share information. So that being said, let's get right into the video. In Canada, we have two forms of taxes. We have the federal tax and the provincial tax. Everybody in Canada pays the same rate of federal tax, while the provincial tax is taxed based on the province that you live in. So for example, someone making 100,000 in Ontario will pay the same rate in federal tax as someone making 100,000 in Quebec, but the provincial tax they will pay will be different because they stay in different provinces. Here is a list of how many percent each province charged on taxes. As you can see in Ontario here, the provincial tax is charged at 13%, while Quebec is charged at 14.975, almost 15%. So let's say, for example, you're buying something worth of $10 in Ontario, you will pay $11.30 after tax on a 13% rate, and in Quebec you pay 11.4975 after tax on a 14.975%. The Canadian tax system is a progressive one, which simply means the more money you make, the more taxes you are liable to pay to the government. Here is an example of what I'm trying to say. So John, making $2 million a year, is paying more in taxes than Mary, making $300,000 a year, and Mary is also paying more in taxes than Ari, making $60,000 a year, and so on. Progressive tax system is done using something called tax bracket. Tax bracket outlines how much taxes each individual will pay based on their annual income. Let's see tax bracket as a bucket of income, so you only fill in the bucket of how much money you're making annually. This is an individual Canada tax rate for both federal and province of Ontario. So for federal tax, your first $48,535 will be charged at 15% in this bracket. If you are making less than this amount, you still be charged at 15%. But the next bracket of $48,536 to $97,069 will be charged at 20.5%. So if you are making between $48,536 to $97,069, this is the bracket that you fit. If you make $1 above $97,069, you don't qualify for this bracket anymore, and you'll be moved to the next bracket, which will be charged at 26%. To better understand what I'm trying to say, let's take a look at the federal tax bracket for 2020 in Ontario. So if you're making $90,000 a year, we fill up the first tax bracket of $48,535, and in this bracket you'll be charged at 15%. So you will pay $7,280 in taxes in this bracket. So the rest of your income of $41,465 will be moved to the next bracket, and you will be charged at 20.5%. So you will pay a total tax of $8,500. If we add $48,535 and $41,465, we're going to get $97,069. So that shows that we did not exceed this tax bracket. We don't have any other money left, so we are going to leave the third bracket alone, and this will give us a total tax paid of $15,780 and a net income of $74,220. But let's say you got a $10,000 increment and it brings your annual income to $100,000. So you fill up the first tax bracket as we did the first one, and you'll pay the same $7,280 in taxes. But the next bracket will be $48,535, and in this bracket you'll be charged at 20.5%. So you pay $9,949 in this bracket. If we had $48,000 $48,535 and $48,534 together, we are going to get $97,069. We can't go above this number in this bracket. So the rest of our money, which is $2,931, will move on to the next bracket and it will be charged at 26%. So you pay $762, and this will give us a total tax paid of $17,991 and a net income of $82,009. Even though our income goes up by $10,000, the net income only goes up by $7,789. The most efficient way to find out how much taxes you'll be paying on your federal and your provincial tax is by using an online tax calculator. And I'm going to bring up the EY online tax calculator right now and we'll look into it. So let's say you're making $100,000 a year in Ontario. You'll be paying $23,708 in both federal and provincial tax added together, and it will give you a net income of $76,269. Provinces like Quebec are paying more in taxes. So if you're ever thinking of moving to Canada, or you're thinking of changing to a different province, or moving to a different province, you want to look at this chart based on the annual income you'll be making in the province that you're planning to move to. So you consider if it's really worth moving over there, or just stay in the province that you are. I'm going to include the link for this chart down below, so make sure you check it out. This tax calculator lets you know how much taxes you'll be paying on both regular income and investment income through dividends and capital gains. Investment income is taxed at a much lower rate than the regular income, which is why investing might be the best route to become very wealthy. Let's take Quebec for example. The government takes 45.7, almost 50% of your income. That is why you should never depend 100% on your 9-to-5 job, because employment income is taxed much heavier than the business income and the investment income. But it's unfortunate most Canadians only depend on their 9-to-5 job. Business income and investment income are taxed at a much lower rate than the employment income. So instead of looking for that $10,000 increment on your regular 9-to-5 job, you could have started a side business and making $10,000 of business income, so that way you can either avoid to pay low taxes to zero taxes, just like the big companies like Amazon and the former president Donald Trump did. Too many people are focused on getting the high-paying job. They spend their time and effort to go to school only to end up paying almost 50% of their income to the government. This is why, you don't need a high-paying job. You don't need a high-paying salary job to become wealthy. You just need to be smart with your money. There is more to explain when it comes to taxes, because there's a saying that there are two things that you cannot avoid in this life, which are debt and taxes. So I recommend you to learn more about taxes by going to an accountant or any tax expert that you know. Get what you want to know, get your questions right on taxes, and make sure you do the right thing. That being said, if you enjoyed this video, please consider to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like this video and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out anything. Before I go, I want to give a shout out to Canadian in T-shirt channel for allowing me to use some examples in this video on my video. So thank you very much for Canadian in T-shirt channel. So thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.